This is top one of good pods. Welcome to Everything Guns. I'm David. On the other mic is Jody.
Before we get started, just thanks to our listeners because we are now listed as in the top 15 gun podcasts per feed spot. So that's pretty cool.
Number one on Good Pods.
Yeah.
Number one in the world.
I think everybody was listed number one on Good Pods. But whatever.
Yeah, but we're number 15. One, baby. Number one.
Right. Well, I think
I got like top personality off that list.
Yeah, I think that's what it. I think that's what it said.
Is that what I read?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Might need to.
Maybe that wasn't. Maybe that wasn't what it was.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right, let's get into it. So we got a lot on the agenda for today, but we're going to start off with some in the news stuff because there's just some crazy stuff going on. First one is there's apparently a bill that's been introduced, being called the paramilitary ban. I don't know if you've seen that or not. It's to create a federal prohibition on paramilitary groups through civil and criminal enforcement. Which, you know, when they talk about it, they talk about some of the illegal things that they do which is fine, but they define paramilitary as a group, any group of 3 or more persons who function under a command structure as security services unit.
Say that again.
A group, paramilitary group, as any group of 3 or more persons who function under a command structure as a security services unit. Kind of like our church security.
Yeah. Because
they're more than 3 or more people and they function under a command structure. So you can see that's going to be pretty vague. So that's been introduced. I don't know.
Where's that introduced at?
On the federal side by the different House in the House. So, I mean, I don't think it can get through the House, but just the matter of fact that they're trying to introduce that. It's all from the January 6th stuff. Still trying to politicize that.
Yeah.
Next thing I got is the ATF is really trying to ban private gun sales. They drafted a 1,300-page document attempting to justify a rule banning private gun sales. They're trying to make anybody that sells a gun for a profit as a gun dealer.
So right. Yeah, they've been trying to do that for last year or so.
Yeah, they're still continuing.
Because at one point they were trying to limit it to if you do more than 5.
Yeah, I don't think there's even a number now. I think it's just if you're doing it for profit, you're going to be considered a dealer. So if you sell one to your brother for a profit,
why would I sell one to my brother?
Well, I just bought a couple from you. Did you make a profit on it? If you did, you might.
No, I'm non-profit. But everything I do is non-profit.
Yeah. Well,
I lose money.
Yeah, it's in the long term. They just want to get rid of all private sales, or introduce, universal background checks, which basically does away with private sales.
Wonder how Gunbroker would handle that.
I mean, a lot of people on Gunbroker are dealers anyway.
Yeah, but there's a lot.
There's a lot of private sales on Gunbroker. Yeah. So I don't know. It's ridiculous.
It's just another way to infringe on us.
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to sell a gun to somebody as long as they're not prohibited to buy a gun without being a dealer. Yeah. So. And then I've got the gun stock ban case is before the Supreme Court. The Cargill v. Garland. I think they've already heard arguments. I know they've been hearing arguments.
Gun stock? What did you say?
Yeah, the
bump stock.
Yeah, well, the gun stock ban is way it's listed, but it's the bump stock ban.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the what's interesting is the Fifth Circuit decided in the plaintiff's favor in January of 2023. So here we are, over a year later, and it's now got the Supreme Court.
Well, we're 4 years later. It went into.
Oh, I know. Went into effect when Trump was president. Yeah. He was a big proponent of it.
Yeah.
That and red flag laws. I know everybody acts like he didn't have anything to do with it, but he did. He was a big proponent of it and proponent of red flag laws.
He wanted to ban suppressors.
Yeah. So he's not been great for the Second Amendment. So hopefully that changes if he gets reelected.
I hope so.
Because the one that's there now is definitely not.
No.
And then we got Wayne LaPierre. The jury, in his trial, and I think it was in New York, jury found.
Yeah, it was New York.
Found that he must repay almost $4.4 million to NRA. It basically said he misspent millions of dollars using funds for personal gain. Well, of course he did. I mean, the whole group has been doing that.
Yeah, but I could. That would have a little more validity if it went out of
If
New
it
York.
went out of New York, I agree. Then they also
Somebody
found that
from
the NRA failed to properly manage its assets. Oh, really?
Well, I'd like other organizations, is it not?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
on the positive side, we do have Louisiana trying to become the 28th constitutional carry state. I think that is out of committee now, so it's going to go for a full vote. So
I'd like to see what would be part of that bill. Have you seen it?
I'd
I'd like to see what all was in there.
I know
A lot of times they put weird stuff in those bills.
Yeah, but it's nice. So right now there's 27 states
Yeah.
that are constitutional carry. So we got more states that are than are not. So
Yeah.
that's a positive. So hopefully it continues that way. But yeah, I haven't read the bill. But we need to look at that before the next
Yeah,
episode.
keep an eye on that.
See what that looks like. And then I wasn't going to go into all of these, but just the amount of stuff that's going on. California trying to require home insurance to create a gun owner watch
Man, was
list.
that me breathing into my microphone or was that you?
That wasn't me.
That was loud. I heard it. You heard it.
Colorado considers mandatory code to track all firearm purchases. Wyoming Senate bill passes a banned firearm retailer-specific tracking code. Iowa passes a 2A Privacy Act. Well, that's good. Finally, something positive. New Hampshire House Committee advances Firearm Purchaser Privacy Act. Assault weapons ban introduced in Minnesota.
It just never stopped.
Minnesota sees traditional ammunition ban bill introduced. New Mexico governor warns of special gun control legislative session. I mean,
Yeah, it never stops. There's no, because they'll never quit. There's no consequences for passing these unconstitutional laws, and it just gets held up in court. It just never ends.
yeah. Pennsylvania appeals court upholds Philadelphia ban on privately made firearms.
I say that's ridiculous.
Yes.
It's constitutional that we can build and make our own firearm. Yeah, it just
So,
it's never anything.
I ain't going
we
into
should
detail on
never
those. but
compromise on anything.
I just thought, I mean, it's just, and that's just a few. I could have pulled up 50
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
that are going
yeah,
on.
just constantly
And
going.
everywhere. It's just constant court cases, battling, and we win one case, we lose, we got 10 more that we got to fight.
Yep.
And these organizations that are fighting on the behalf of the Second Amendment, they're fighting against our tax money because we're paying
Yeah,
the government
right.
to fight these cases. So they
Yeah.
don't care how long it takes.
Nope.
It's frustrating, but so that's a good way to start off the
Yeah,
show.
I
Good
think,
positive, good
it's
positive aspect to start off
encouraging
the
and
show.
uplifting. That's,
So I wanted to get
I'd
that.
rather go through self-defense scenarios where
Yeah.
people getting shot than talk about that much.
Well, I wanted to get that out of the way because it was frustrating. But so, all right, let's move past that. Let's get on to our gun and gear reviews.
All right.
This segment brought to you by Clear Creek Shooting. For all your firearm needs, check out Clear Creek Shooting at clearcreekshooting33.com. Send us an email at info@clearcreekshooting33.com and we'll send you a free T-shirt. What are you shaking your head for?
You like when you do that, you stare directly at me.
I was
That's just
staring at you. I was looking
we
at
got
my
it on
book.
video. You sitting there staring at me.
You
Like
make
you're
me-
trying. I know you're trying to remember what to say, but look somewhere else.
Oh, we got our Instagram is everything guns _podcast and Clear Creek Shooting 33 and our
Yeah, go
YouTube
check
channel.
that out.
Yeah,
We
and
need to post a little more to that. I ain't posted that. Oh, am I interrupting you? My bad.
No.
Go ahead.
YouTube channel. We're going to get through all three of these. YouTube
Yeah,
channel
go
is
ahead.
Clear Creek Shooting, which we're going to probably post this podcast on.
Yeah, we're trying to
The
make it
full
easy
podcast.
for finding those. We got everything guns _podcast, Clear Creek Shooting 33, and then Clear Creek Shooting. So it's pretty simple to find us.
How difficult is that?
I just said it was simple.
Hadn't used that in a while. All right, so let's go into reviews. So we'll start off with my gun review.
Oh yeah, let me see that thing.
Yeah, so been waiting for this thing for
Now we're
over
talking
a
about
year.
the Canik.
Finally got it.
Steel frame.
Yeah, Mechanic steel frame rival. Oh man, I only have about 200 rounds through it. The case it comes in, a
it's
2-tier
nice.
Pelican case. It can be locked, so if you wanted to travel,
Yeah, that'd be,
you
be a
can
good
travel with this
case
one.
for sure.
Oh, it's awesome.
yeah.
Comes with two 18-round mags. Of course, I've got about.
Struggling, ain't you?
I'm trying to talk and get this at the same time.
No.
Two 18-round mags. Of course, I've got multiple 22-round mags for it. I put my MO2 Mechanic MO2 red dot on it, and it's just it's a heavy
I don't
gun.
think you had to take the magazine out for me. But I
That's had it, man. Just had it.
I mean, I was going to check it.
So So I got that. Like I said, I put
Right,
about
needs
200.
cleaning.
Yeah, I hadn't cleaned it yet. I put about 200 rounds through it over this past weekend,
You hear that?
and that thing is.
That's it racking.
And the weight on it, the balance on it is just amazing compared to a polymer gun because you've got the back just as balanced as well as the front, so it shot flat, man. I was able to pull some pretty quick splits with it, and just as a comparison, so this still frame, and if you're on YouTube, I've got a picture, showing it on YouTube.
Got a picture of it?
Not a picture, live shot of it, but it weighs 42.72
It's
ounces.
a heavy gun.
Compared to my Canic Rival polymer frame, which is 29.5 ounces. So it's quite a bit heavier. I mean, I
How
bought them.
how was it noticeable on recoil? Did you?
Oh,
I want to shoot it this weekend.
It
so,
shot very flat.
Yeah.
It was, you can definitely tell the difference. And the Rival, the polymer frame Rival has always been great on recoil. This one's just that much.
Yeah, we'll do
that
some
much
videos
better.
of it and throw it on Instagram this weekend.
Yeah, the height of it is about the same, 5.75 versus the 5.7 for the polymer. The width is exactly the same. Barrel length is the same. The gun just shoots great. It's a beautiful gun.
Yeah, it
The
looks
chrome
nice.
finish on it.
Yeah, I thought I was
And-
gonna like the black one better, but that
No.
one right there is just with the slide cuts and the opening at the top. It's it's nice.
It's a
nice looking
great
gun.
looking gun. And right now I can get, if anybody wants the blackout version steel frame, I can get those. Those are
Yeah.
available. These chrome ones are I can't get any more. I got this one kind of lucky. I had one of my dealers call, and it was in a package deal. I had to buy some other stuff along with it to get it, but I was able to get it. So if anybody wants a SAR 9 9mm pistol,
Have you put that on Gunbroker yet?
no, I'm going to this weekend. Putting that in one rifle on Gunbroker
Yeah.
this weekend. And I'll put it on my website as well. But yeah,
So did you
So
get the
far.
Talon grips for it?
I
They
got
come in?
them in, but I'm not going to put them
I
on
wouldn't put
because
them on
man, the
either.
gun just
it
looks
looks
so
too good without it.
so good, and it's got it's a different grip
There's decent
than
texture to it.
yeah. So I think I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep with
I
this.
wouldn't
And
put them on there.
And it's so heavy. I don't think I really need it. I mean, the way I was shooting it the other day, I felt pretty comfortable with it. But it's awesome little gun.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So happy to finally get it.
Good trigger on it.
Yeah, I don't think it's as good as the Rival polymer. It seems like it's got a little bit more take up,
Yeah, it does have some more
But-
take up. Yeah,
but still better than any other gun around.
yeah. I mean,
It's comparable to a
Walter.
yeah, absolutely, and to the I can't remember the name of the one I'm thinking of now, but never mind.
Well, you're not thinking of staccato for sure.
No, not that. But glad you mentioned that. So when I was at SHOT Show, I went and looked at.
I didn't know you went to SHOT Show.
Yeah, I
That's the
went-
first anybody's hearing about that.
Yeah, well, I'll do a review of that. But yeah, I was at SHOT Show. I'm getting my reservations for next year's, probably this weekend. Get my room already for that, so I can get a hotel close by the event. But anyway, holding the staccato and then holding the steel frame Canic, you don't feel any real difference. The weights are about the
Yeah.
same, and this has got the slide on this thing is
It's
smooth.
pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty smooth.
So
yeah,
let's see. So if I had to pick between the two, and cost being an issue, I'm definitely going with the
yeah,
Canic. I
yeah.
mean, right now they're probably retailing right around $1,100. I mean, you can find them on Gunbroker for $1,300-$1,400, but that's people are just gouging
buying
people
them
on
and
that.
selling them. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's still right around that $1,000 mark. The Canic TTI, I've got some. I'm waiting for those to come in. I got a customer for one of those, and they're going right at around $900 for those. So this one is right now the most expensive Canic on the market right now. And the blackout one is about $100 cheaper than the chrome
is it?
one. Yeah.
Yeah, the chrome one looks good.
Yeah, I think once people see that chrome, and it's
Yeah.
a beautiful gun. Did you get anything from gear or guns?
Yeah, I got a gun review.
Oh,
What do
awesome.
you mean? I told you I had a gun review. You act like I don't bring something. Yeah, I got the Marlin Model 5510 10 gauge shotgun. It's a called the Super Goose. So
Is
it's
that
an
that
odor-
one we're going to shoot
Yeah,
this
that's the-
weekend?
Yeah,
Was
I'll
you able
say
to find
we
any
may.
ammo for it?
I think I may have. I have to look and see.
You ain't scared.
It takes 3.5 inch.
10 gauge.
Yeah, 10 gauge. It has a magazine, 2-round. It's a 2-round magazine.
Did you
It's
say
a
10 or 2?
2.
Okay.
2-round magazine. It's a bolt action shotgun.
How does a magazine fit into it? I didn't even notice that when I was holding the gun.
Yeah, it's at the bottom. Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah, barrel is 36 inches long.
That's a long barrel.
Weighs about 10.5 pounds. It was it's part of the Marlin M55 series, but this is obviously, like I said, the 10 gauge. They had a
Never
12
shot a
gauge.
10 gauge before, so it's going to be interesting.
I thought we had a 10 gauge.
Oh,
we
12
shot.
gauge.
Yeah, we shot 10 gauge.
No, we've never shot a 10 gauge.
Yeah,
From where?
we've had a 10 gauge before.
No, we have not.
Yeah.
I don't have a 10 gauge in my collection at all. And I know you don't, so obviously we haven't shot a 10 gauge.
We shot a 10 gauge.
From where?
I know we have. Anyway, back to my review.
Idiot. Well, we shot a 10 gauge.
So it's got a fixed choke system. The bolt action is what kind of threw me, because this is my father-in-law's, and then I think it's the first bolt action shotgun I've seen, and it is cool.
Oh, you sure we
It's
hadn't
pretty
shot
cool.
one?
Bolt action. I'm sure we hadn't shot a bolt action. We've done a 10 gauge though. I think I got a 10 gauge shotgun.
You don't have a 10 gauge.
I'm pretty sure I do.
You got a 20 gauge. I got a 410. Are you thinking of 410?
I'm thinking 20 gauge.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I was
gosh.
thinking.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 20 gauge is what you got. Ain't my bad. It's been a while since we shot it. So
There's
the
a bit of a difference there.
the stock is
I
like a
can't gauge
walnut wood, and it's
Yeah, it's a
really
good-looking
nice.
gun.
It's got for collectors, it's got all the little markings that a collector would like to see, like the little bullseye on the back of the stock for the Marlin little symbol. It's pretty cool.
What year is it? Do you know the manufacturing year?
Yeah, I had it somewhere. Hold on, I tell you. Hold on. Oh, dang it. Where'd I put that? Hey, keep talking while I look this up.
I can start on my gear if you want me to.
It was like 70s through the 90s, I think, for this one.
Okay.
This one it was. What do you mean?
That's a pretty big range.
Made from 1976 until 1985.
But it took a long time to make this one gun, didn't it?
That's the whole model, stupid. Golly, I don't know when this one was.
That's what I was asking. Is what year this
I was
one
telling you
made.
when
I
they were
don't
manufactured. I got to look this one up. I have not looked it up. Golly.
I don't care what the range is. I just wonder what this specific
Hold
gun
on,
was
maybe I got
made.
it. Hold on. I'm going to tell you here.
My gosh. It took them forever to make that gun.
Nah, I don't know.
All right, let's move on. All right, that might be. That's gonna be a title. It took forever to make that gun.
That's not going to be the title. How about you're a moron? That'll be the title.
You keep talking. I'm gonna write that down.
Don't write that. We're not putting that. I mean, you might as well not even write it down.
Oh, whatever.
So
All right, let's move on.
that's my review.
All right, so I want to do one gear review, and that's my Hunter HD Gold shooting glasses. They are ANSI, meet the ANSI standard for safety glasses, so I actually use these at work as well.
You actually do.
I actually do. They're nice. They come in a nice little case, and they've got the yellow tint to them.
Yeah, they do different colors. They do like the rose.
Well, they got
and
the
yellow.
ruby- they got the ruby red,
Yeah,
and then
the yellow's
there's-
supposed to be better for shooting.
Yeah, the ruby red is more geared toward hunting.
I thought it was better for like low light though, like
They
evening
both
time.
they both are kind of made for low light. So they've got the Trivex lenses, which allows more light to pass through the lens than a polycarbonate lens does. These are made both for hunting and shooting.
didn't you?
No, I don't have that written down.
Oh, bullcrap.
These are golden color, photochromic. They darken when about 30 seconds in the sunlight, and take about 2 minutes for them to get back to normal when you come back out of the sunlight.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which is nice when you're shooting outside in sunlight. They do allow you to see a bit better, probably provide you about 30 minutes more visible light in the morning and in the evening. So when
Yeah.
you shoot, and then during the middle of the day when I wear these shooting, I just get a crisper
Right.
view of the target.
So
man.
what's
They're
the
just-
cost of them?
Well, they're not cheap. So they run about $375
Oh my.
for your normal glasses, and then mine are prescription with the
Okay.
my progressive
Yeah.
lenses in them. So that added, I think, another $75 to them. So, but I mean, I've used them for several
Didn't
years
your
now.
daughter get some?
Yeah, she didn't know. So we were at the Area 6 match, and the sun was pretty bright, and she forgot her sunglasses. So she walked over to his stand while I was actually shooting a stage
Before you
getting
got
ready.
DQ'd?
Before I got DQ'd. And she comes back with these sunglasses. I said, "Where'd you get those?" I said, "Those look like 100 HD Goes." She said, "Yeah." I said, "You know how much those are, don't you?" And they were $350 at the time. She said, "No, I didn't ask. I just asked if you had some sunglasses." I said, "Those are about $350.
Did she use your credit card or something?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
She said, "Wow, well, you need to take these." I said, "Just take them back. He'll take them back." Of course, I had to take them back.
Oh yeah.
But the guy, that's one thing in the. So when I was getting these done, buying these, there's a guy actually out of Pelham, Alabama, that is the owner of the company, Brian Connolly, I think is his name.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So, you order them, they send you a pair, to fit. So you put them on, take some measurements, fit them, send them back to them. They make your pair of
Okay.
glasses. They're very comfortable. The president of the company called me after I sent them in, just to ask him a couple more questions, make sure he had everything he needed. Took just a week from the time I sent them in to the time I got back my prescription. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
pretty cool. They are expensive, but I think, I use them for work and for shooting, so worthwhile. I mean, a good pair of glasses is going to run you $300-400 anyway.
I'm having nasal issues over here. I can't breathe through my nose right now. I'm trying not to breathe into this microphone. I think I'm going to pass out here in a minute. Trying not to breathe into
That
the
would be
microphone.
awesome. That's on YouTube, so if you
Yeah,
pass
it
this
is.
out, we're going to keep
Hold on,
rolling.
let me get some oxygen going.
So, oh my gosh.
I'm
that's
good
how-
now.
Um,
O2.
And I didn't have anything else. I just was going to mention, man, I started seeing a whole bunch of emails coming in from a lot of my dealers, wholesalers this past week. Smith & Wesson just released a new rifle, the Sport 3 AR-15. I didn't even look see what the price of it was, but man, they're advertising that thing big time. So it just came out.
Yeah, I hadn't looked at that.
And then I also seen this little single shot pistol that I'm thinking about getting just to play around with. It's the
No, I looked that one up.
the Altor, ALTOR single shot pistol. You basically twist the barrel off, load
Yeah.
the 9mm. They have a 380 version as well.
Yeah,
It's
I
a little
saw
bit
that.
cheaper. You load the 9mm,
9mm,
right
put
on
it in.
Put it in. Twist the barrel on one. If you twist it once, that's on safe.
Yep.
If you twist it twice, it's ready to fire. You pull the trigger and release it. When you release the trigger, it releases the striker and fires the gun. One shot. Oh,
It's a waste of money.
I thought about getting one and giving it away as a prize
Yeah.
to one of our listeners.
Well, they're advertising that as a dang concealed carry
Yeah,
self-defense
but it's
gun.
not. It's just a play around gun.
No,
And they're
that's not how they advertise it on their website.
Yeah, they're retailing for $90. I've seen anywhere from $99 to $119.
Yeah. It's weird. It's a
Yeah, so if you want to look that up, ALTOR single shot. It's
it's a good video
It's an
out there. Just
interesting
watch
little
them shoot
gun.
that thing and load it. And,
I think it looks
man, it's
cool. I
weird.
like to shoot
It does
it.
not look cool.
It'd be fun to shoot.
It looks like a glue gun.
It looks like, I mean, that's something you make in your garage.
Yeah, it looks
Right
like
there.
one of those little glue gun things you have in your garage to use. What
Yeah.
are you looking at? Over
I just got an email from one of my wholesalers for a Barrett 50.
I'll get that. We'll give that away.
Yeah, I can buy it for $8,000.
No. Yeah, we ain't giving that away.
That's,
it.
that's all I had for guns and gear. So
Now,
You
let's
wanna-
get what's up next.
I got some use of force stuff.
Yeah, let's get into that. Oh, where's my list? You got my list of criteria?
No.
Oh, dang, hold on.
Look at you.
All right, start off. All right, let me get my list.
You
going.
you actually bringing something to the show
This is gonna be the second thing I bring to the
20
show, other than my
after 22
great
episodes.
personality and
22
humor.
episodes in, you finally prepare
I'm
something
bring-
for the show.
Hey, I prepare for every show.
That's
You're so
awesome.
full of crap.
That's awesome, man. No, that's good. I'm
You're
proud
full
of
of
you.
crap.
What's your criteria? Because I didn't write it down.
I sent it to you.
Well, I didn't know I had to write it down. I thought you were going to write your own
Well, I got it
criteria
written
down.
down. Give me. Oh, I got it. It's even. Yeah, I got it right here.
All right. So, what is the criteria we're going to use for each of these?
Okay, so for our use of force grading criteria, so we're going to have situational awareness, readiness, accuracy, lawful, and moral. So whenever we talk about these self-defense, use of force scenarios, we're going to look at each one of these little areas
What
and
was
talk
that?
about it.
Situational awareness.
Situational awareness, readiness,
Readiness.
yep, accuracy,
Accuracy. Okay.
lawful, and moral. And we can add to
Moral.
this list if we come up with other things that we talk about.
All
But
right.
we're going to look at every one.
Are we going to grade these like 1 through 5, or so we can get a total score, or are we just going
more
to kind of
just
look?
talk about it.
I got you.
It
All right.
gives us points to talk about for everyone. So
All right.
you're just not reading the news like you tend to try to do.
Oh, whatever. All right.
What's the first one up?
All right, first one. We got another jewelry store attempted robbery. This one was out of Chicago.
It's
Yeah.
surprising we got crime in California and Chicago. That's weird.
Yeah, that's where a lot of these come from. I got one out of Chicago, one out of Louisiana, one out of California. So, but this one's out of Chicago.
Right.
So you got a robber inside of a store, and he was getting close to the door, and he began bashing a glass case. So he's basically going,
Yeah, a little grab and go.
yeah,
Smash and go.
that was his plan.
Yep.
But as soon as he started bashing the glass case, an employee began shooting before the robber. Let's see, let me get this right.
Yeah.
Employee began shooting robber before he tried to get away. So it's on video. So he's at the door, right there by the door, starts bashing in. Employee just immediately starts shooting.
So
at
he already had his gun out and ready.
him. I think they noticed that he was acting suspicious.
Yeah,
so
I
he was running
bet.
through there.
Yeah.
He stumbles out, but then re-enters the store to grab a little small bag that he had dropped. So he grabs that and then takes off running. Police captured him a little later, took him to the hospital with a gunshot wound. I don't think he didn't die. But here's the kicker. You're gonna like this. Now the employee, he is a Ford card holder, which I think is ridiculous
Yep.
to have that. He does have a concealed carry. Ford card and concealed carry license holder.
FOID is what you're
Yeah,
saying. when you say
FOID.
Yeah.
What does that stand for? I don't remember.
Something.
Take away my rights ID or something,
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
that.
Firearm, something,
Yeah. But anyway,
identification.
but he's got that. That's out of Illinois. You have to have a Ford card to be able to get a concealed carry license. He was arrested and is in custody.
Arrested
the
for
employee.
what? What was he arrested for?
Didn't say. Just said all it said in the news report is he was arrested and is still in custody. Which, I mean, we tell people. We normally tell people you're probably going to get arrested. Don't say anything to the police. But that's where we are, so we can talk about. Now let's go through.
Firearm owner's identification.
Okay.
All right, so he got arrested. All right, so first, situational awareness. He was pretty aware of what was going on.
Yeah.
If he was
Yeah,
able
I
to
think-
get to him before if he's close to the door and got to him before the door. So, situational awareness, I'd give him, if we're going to rate him like 1 to 5, I'd give him a 5 on
Yeah,
that.
I think he was very aware of what was going on. Good job on that part.
All right, so about readiness.
Readiness. Well, he's definitely ready.
Pretty ready, yeah.
Guy couldn't. He was before he could even get out the door. He was starting to shoot.
Okay.
Accuracy. I'm not. I mean, he hit the guy. I don't know how many shots he took.
Yeah, so it sounds pretty accurate.
So
Didn't hear anybody else getting shot, so
Yep.
pretty accurate.
now
Lawful.
now this one we could probably get into it and looking at it from.
What did they?
imminent
What did you
danger.
say he was arrested for? Did it say?
It didn't say.
All right, that's what I'm trying to.
I'm assuming it was. I don't know. I mean,
So he had his card. He had his concealed carry.
it's a burglary. So burglary is usually could be considered imminent danger. So
Right.
imminence. I don't say you would argue that
Okay.
it wasn't imminent.
To me, it was lawful. To Illinois,
Yeah.
Chicago, apparently not.
Yeah, I imagine they're going to say that he wasn't presenting an imminent hazard for use of lethal force. Is probably what they're going to say. And if he wasn't, it also could have been, and I don't know Illinois law. I guess I could look it up real quick. If council doctrine might not have been in effect for him since he wasn't the store owner; he was just an employee.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
I don't know how
Okay.
that works in Chicago.
All right. So he obviously got arrested, but for what I would think, man, you loud with that.
Yeah, hit the
It's,
table.
Was I would go lawful with it, is what I would say, but obviously not since he's arrested. So, all right, what about number 5, moral?
Well, I mean, dude was the guy. You don't know what the guy was going to do. I mean, just because he's not at the time showing any threat other than trying to rob the place. I mean, that's a violent act.
It is a violent
smashing
act. Only,
in
only
occasion
thing,
trying to
only
rob
thing
a
maybe you could have done, and I did that at number 6, but maybe yell at him. And
Well, I don't- I mean, he might have.
automatically. Well, you said he automatically, as soon as he went to smashing, he went to shooting.
Yeah.
So, all right. So morally, kind of, we're not sure. I mean, I say if he's in there smashing out stuff, you got a right to defend your store. But
Yeah, I'm looking at use of deadly force in
So-
defense of property by state. It doesn't look like Illinois goes outside of the House for that.
okay. So I just added one. Other options. That's number 6 on use of force grading criteria. What other options did he have?
Well, I mean, you could for this one, if there was no danger to employees, you could have called the police, but they're not going to catch the guy.
No, but if he,
You're gonna lose
if he
property.
we just number one was situational awareness, and he already knew.
Yeah, if he felt that he was suspicious, could have done
Hey,
something.
I got somebody I think is about to rob my store. Can you get somebody here?
Yeah.
And maybe do that. I know it's not the
I've
best
seen
option.
other places lock people in stores and make them stay there until the
and then
police
you
get
could
there.
shoot him, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, apparently if he tried to do something after
Yeah,
that,
we don't know if he had. I'm kidding about you, but yeah, we don't know
Well, I
if
mean, you could if he didn't do anything. No, but
yeah. If he, drag him back in.
yeah. So I mean, for the most part, I think it was.
It seemed like he did most everything right.
Yeah.
And still got arrested.
I think that if this would have happened in a more 2A friendly state, he probably wouldn't have got
Or if it
arrested.
happened in Texas, they'd be getting an award.
Well, defensive. You can use lethal force for defensive
That's what
property.
you see.
I said it a different way.
Yeah. All right. What's the next one you got?
All right, so we got this one is out of Huma, Louisiana. Man shoots intruder in the head after the guy enters his home. So you got a
What
man
kind?
heard a noise. He was upstairs in his house. He heard a noise coming from the first floor and went to check it out. As he headed downstairs, he was confronted by an intruder. He fired his gun and the intruder ran. Suspect was found with a shot to the forehead and taken to the hospital. Injuries were superficial. So it sounded like he kind of grazed him. So
I wonder
there
what
we
kind
go.
of gun it was.
There we go
Did
for
it say what kind
accuracy.
of gun?
It might have been that Altor.
Yeah. I wonder what it was.
I don't know.
That'd be good info. All right. So situational awareness, pretty decent.
yeah.
I mean, he's upstairs and he's enough to know that somebody came in downstairs.
Yeah, I don't know how loud the guy was, but yeah, he was, he was aware somebody was in his house.
All right.
We can talk about other options in a minute.
Yeah. That'll be the last one. So, all right, readiness.
Well, he was prepared. He has a firearm in his home, which, I always tell people they need to have.
Yeah, and it was a place he could get to it. It wasn't.
Yeah, he didn't have to go open and safe.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, I mean, I don't think he had enough.
He didn't have to.
It was readily available.
It was readily available. He was
available.
ready to get it. It was readily available. Okay. Accuracy.
Well, we don't know.
I mean,
It sounded like the way it sounded is that as he was going down the steps, this guy kind of surprised him. So he probably shot pretty quick and just, the guy, so he's above him.
yeah.
The guy is below him because he's coming up the steps. This guy's going down the steps. So he probably just sees him coming and just fires off a shot, grazed the guy, and dude took off running.
Yeah. So, all right. So probably not the greatest accuracy.
No, I
probably,
doubt he even aimed.
he probably wasn't even trying to. He probably wasn't out headhunting. He was.
No, I think he just instinctively
okay. So-
out of reflex shot
so
probably.
maybe 1 or 2 on accuracy.
Yeah,
What
not very
about
accurate.
lawful?
Anywhere I think that's lawful. Somebody breaking
Yeah,
into your
yeah,
house.
yeah.
Council doctrine's pretty much every state.
It didn't.
There is, I think, one state where you're required to retreat,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's not in Louisiana. I think it's
No.
one of the Midwestern states of the that you
I
have to
thought it was
retreat
the
for.
state that USCCA is headquartered in. Is it not?
Is it
Is it?
Minnesota?
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. But anyway, there. I mean, we could find that out for sure just to check. But this Louisiana is
so
not.
unlawful. We don't
So-
know if he did. Did they say that the intruder had a gun or not?
Did not
I know
say.
it doesn't matter because. But
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, did not say.
All right. Moral.
Absolutely moral.
Yep.
You get somebody breaking your house, you don't.
You have no idea
you
their
can. You can. you can assume their intent is bad.
Oh,
If they
absolutely.
take-
Yeah, my
if they bring
assumption
it
is if
around,
you come
their
into my
intent is
house,
bad.
you're going to try to harm me.
And so
So,
morally, I see no issues with
yep.
that.
All right. Now, what about some other options then?
Yeah, let me write that down. Other options.
What are some other options?
Well,
So-
I mean, trying to clear your own home is sometimes not the best idea. He could have.
Well, it's
he
not the
could have.
best idea, but we've talked about it before. We're probably going to do it too, but it's
Yeah.
not the best idea.
Well, I think he could have been a little bit more careful as he was going to the stairwell.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, you probably ought to work out and maybe practice that. And,
Yeah, how you
have
going
an
to
idea
how
of how
you
you're
going to
going
clear
to
that area? How are you going to go around to the steps to
Yeah.
make sure somebody's not coming up and just running? Because it
Yeah,
sounded
this
like
is-
he just ran into the guy.
Yeah, it's not like you heard something. I'm running downstairs and I'm going to find out what it was. And you probably ought to be a little more. What's the word I'm looking for?
Careful.
Yeah, careful.
Well, I mean, you got to develop a home security plan and have
Yeah.
those scenarios in
Yep.
mind. And that's something, we've got a class coming up, and I put that on the Easter weekend, by the way. It said Saturday before Easter.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. You think I should change that?
Probably.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, probably.
I might
not
push
too.
that back a week.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll send some emails out. I forgot it was on the Easter weekend. But anyway,
yeah, let's do
that's
that
one thing
differently.
that's one thing we talk about is preparing a home defense plan and having different scenarios, not just one scenario.
Yep.
So I
All
think
right.
that's something you definitely could have done better. So let's move on to use of force number 3. This one's out of California. So and this guy's in the running for who's dumbest, who's dumber.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So you got a man who attempted to rob a gun store. This is around 2:30.
That's a horrible idea.
That's why he's in the
I mean,
running.
that is. You go in any gun store,
Everybody's
they're all
armed.
carry.
Every one of them.
I mean, I don't want to use a gun store I've ever been in. That they're not
All of them
carrying.
open carrying. There's no
yeah,
conceal.
yeah, they're not worried about hiding it. They want you to know, hey, we're
Yeah.
carrying and don't mess with it. All
So,
right.
so here you got around 2:30 p.m. on a Sunday, which they were open, so that's cool.
2:30 on a Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go rob a gun store.
yeah. Man enters the store. He was acting suspicious. So he was wearing a mask. He had a hooded sweatshirt on
Oh my
and
god.
glasses.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all.
So
California in late February.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So he I think this might have been it was in the Bay Area, I think. So weather in the Bay Area is pretty good. So,
Yeah.
It's even during the wintertime. But he attempted to rob the store by taking a firearm, which those are not loaded, while armed with a hammer.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Gun store owner fired 2 rounds, fatally. I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny. The dude got killed, but he fired 2 rounds, fatally wounding the attempted
Wow.
suspect.
Goodness.
Yeah, so that out of the 3, I think that's the only guy that died.
Okay. Anybody arrested for that?
Um,
They do anything to the guy? No news
No,
on
he
that?
was-
You don't know.
no, I don't think they. I
Okay.
don't think they did anything to.
All right. So let's.
Yeah,
let's
everything I see on the news, no, nothing was done to
All
this
right.
guy.
So, situational awareness. How good was it?
Well, I mean, how good does that have to be? A guy come in wearing a mask and a hood with glasses pulled over.
Yeah, these days
He was
you never
aware.
know.
He
Yeah,
was aware. It was good.
He was aware
He was
of
aware.
somebody looking odd, and
Yeah.
they kept an eye on him.
Yeah, so good job. Good
So-
job there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's easier times to do that,
Yeah.
but he was situational aware. All right. What about readiness?
Readiness, well,
Well,
he
he's
was ready.
carrying.
Yeah,
Yep,
he's
he's
carrying.
Probably easy to get to his gun.
yeah.
He didn't have to go searching for it.
Accuracy sounds very good.
Accuracy,
Two shots.
Two shots. and-
News down.
Yeah.
And
You know, one
hated-
good thing about
yeah.
that, you know, the 2 shots and you're down. What is different than what we've seen on some other things?
The continuing to shoot.
Yeah,
He didn't
they
continue to
keep
shoot.
shooting.
He shot twice. Guy went down. He stopped.
Yep.
Which is what we
He
train
didn't
people
run
to do
over
in our
a
classes and what
headshot.
we
He
tell
didn't-
people.
Yeah, he never getting more on it. All right, so accuracy is good, lawful.
Absolutely lawful.
Yeah,
I mean, the dude was armed with a hammer. Then he grabbed
Yeah,
a gun.
yep.
Who knows? He could have had ammo on him. He could have
Yeah,
tried to load the
yeah.
gun. Yeah, so absolutely,
so
absolutely lawful.
lawful's good. All right, moral.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, no
same
issue
to
there.
me. They're
yeah.
same as lawful. in that
Yeah,
one.
I mean he's yeah. Well, it's not the same as lawful.
Oh, on this one, it's just as
Oh, I mean,
He's
I'm
as
just saying by
lawful as
criteria. I thought you
moral.
messed
No, I
with my
don't.
criteria. That's different
No,
criteria.
I'd say
You
they're
can
the
have something
same.
lawful and not be moral.
I get that. I'm saying
You
here,
can have something moral and not be lawful.
I say here
Yeah.
they're equal.
Okay.
He actually had a more obligation because if he had other, I think there were other people in the store at the time. So he
not only protected
I think,
himself, he protected others, protected his business. So, yeah. So that's good. All right. And so what other options?
I don't think he had other options.
It don't seem like. No, I don't know what else he could have done.
Yeah, I mean, he could have pulled his gun and not shot.
Yeah, I don't know what else you do there. I don't think that's a good option.
I don't think it is either.
I think
then
you shoot him.
I mean, you shouldn't pull a gun if you're not prepared to use it.
He stopped the threat.
There was an imminent threat. Guy had a hammer. He already grabbed a gun. You don't know what he was going to do. So I don't think there is another option.
Do you know if he made any statements or anything like that to the police? Did you see anything?
Not that I know of.
Maybe we want to add that to the criteria as well. Number 7,
a lot of these,
any statements made, but you don't get to read that information. So
a lot of times they don't put the information in the stories. But
looking at our criteria, this is probably the most clear-cut, best job out of all of them for sure.
Yeah.
But he did good. I don't see anything else he could have done. Ready, situational aware, pretty accurate. It was lawful. It was moral.
Yeah,
it was a good job on his part.
Yeah,
and that's what you expect. That's what you hope for if you have to be in that situation. Did you just make some kind of weird face at the camera? What are you doing? You trying to look at yourself?
I was trying to see how long we.
Hey, what I look like on the camera?
I was trying to see how far we've been into it. I couldn't see that far.
Oh, my goodness!
Just continue on. What are you going to stop the show for?
You turned and looking at the camera. Hey, look at me. I'm on TV.
You're an idiot.
You're not really on TV, man. Quit waving to Mom. Just continue with the podcast.
You done?
Yeah, done. Hey, Mom.
I didn't know where we were now.
We just finished the self-defense scenario. What's up next?
Are you done with that one?
Yeah, I think I'm done with that one.
All right. So let's move into some USPSA news.
Oh, I always enjoy that.
Some of my favorite stuff.
You go back like 3 episodes back, we said, we're done with this.
Well, they keep doing stuff. I got 15 days left on my membership. I've got to either renew or I'm probably going to renew just so I
probably
continue.
Are.
Oh.
What?
So I can continue to vote and keep up with the stuff that's going on.
Part of the problem.
Yeah, whatever. Idiot.
Part of the problem.
So they just had
He's pretty good, isn't it?
All right, let's continue with this. So there was a board meeting this week. This started on Monday night. It was cut short on Monday night because one was traveling, one was fixing on a plane. So 2 were traveling. Before you say something,
yeah,
2 guys were traveling.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, and one of the flights was delayed, so that's why they didn't know ahead of time. At first, I thought, when you're traveling, but apparently they had some delays, so it caused an issue with the meeting. Okay,
but really nothing was done. They did on the second night of the meeting. They did name a area. I think it's Area 4 director.
Area 4.
Yeah, it looks like he might be a pretty decent dude to have on the board from some of his posts. Not happy with some of the activities that have been going on. But one thing is irritating. A couple things. The managing director, I think Donna Webb.
Yeah, she was quite upset at being on live stream and people making fun of her.
She apparently threw a fit over the past few weeks and not want to be live streamed, and the lawyer talking about that she could sue if they forced her to. Yeah, let her sue.
You don't have to turn your camera on those things. I don't know if you know that or not, but when you do those meetings, you can leave your camera off.
Well, I mean, it's just showing the people what she really is, and she's not doing a very good job. On the agenda for that meeting was a review of the financials for Monday night.
Right.
They were going to review financials. They got the report Monday.
Yeah, so
the directors got the report Monday, so they had no time to review it before they were going to.
Yeah, that should be there. That should be there weeks ahead.
Yeah, there's no reason it shouldn't be. And also, there's no reason to go in executive session to review the financials of the organization that we pay into. It's our money going into the organization.
I don't pay into it.
They're talking about. I did hear
David here. They ain't gonna give him the money.
No, whatever. You got mad when shooting more matches because I made fun of you.
No, David not giving the money
because you're running around like an old man.
You run like an old man.
But anyway, I did hear the Insight guy said that they were in the executive session talking about reducing the number of nationals. Which why is that in executive session?
That shouldn't be.
Say it to the membership.
Anyway.
Get the membership feedback
at the end of the year.
Get the membership feedback.
Yeah.
Hey, should we reduce the number of nationals to to shore up our money losses? And people are going to say, yeah,
do it.
absolutely.
Quit having one in April.
You know,
or June or whenever it is they
you
do
might
it.
need to do two or really they need to cut the divisions. But if you don't, you're going to have to do two nationals. Put them at the end of the year.
That's because everybody likes shoot different divisions.
Well, I mean, just from having enough time, because if you do it at one range, you can't do everybody at one place. So I think you'd have to split it out to at least two. But it would make more sense. But yeah. So
not much else out of the board meeting this
they
month.
did.
It's
There
not
was
as exciting as last month's.
no, but they did make a statement about the money that's coming in. So it looks like the protests are having a fairly
Right.
big impact on the organization. So they're down, which is probably why they're talking about reducing the number of nationals, because they're down so much money already in the first quarter. So
Do you want to mention what the Area 3, the two guys that were running for Area 3, what they did?
oh yeah, those are
Those are
two good
good.
guys. So we're still waiting from a legal opinion on whether or not Scott Arnberg was removed legally or not,
Right.
which I don't know why it takes months to get a legal opinion.
Yeah. So they were about to have a special election, right?
Yeah. You had two guys that were running in the special election.
Yeah.
One of them, I can't remember the guy's names, but one of them talked to nationals to make sure nobody else was on the ballot. And when they
Right.
told him, nope, it's just you two guys, and it was already too late for anybody else to get on the ballot,
Yep.
one of them said, okay,
Yeah.
I removed myself from the ballot. This guy is now
Yep,
Area 3
I removed
director.
myself. Assigned, go ahead and put him on.
Yeah. So
And that was per bylaw.
per bylaw. So
Yeah,
now
he
they
played
can't,
it well.
can't
He
do
played it
anything
well.
about it.
Yep.
The only thing they're waiting on now is to what is the legal opinion on Scott Arnberg. So
Yep.
basically, you're either going to have Scott Arnberg, or I think it's the Erickson guy.
I don't remember.
He has a podcast. What is the name of his podcast?
Probably not
Not
as good
your-
as ours.
Not another shooting show or something like
okay.
that. So I listened to it. He's pretty good. Some of the things he says I don't agree with. It some of
Yeah. So
pretty good
anyway,
podcast.
it was well played on
good job on
on
their
them.
part.
So yeah, that was good.
So that's all I had on USPSA. Really didn't get into seeing anything from USCCA this last couple
No,
of
I ain't
weeks.
seen anything here
They
lately.
just need to shut up and let some of the
I
bad
still wish
media die
I still
down.
wish they'd show how much they pay on some
Ah,
things.
there's. I
Let's
don't
get
know.
into some
I don't
detail.
I don't know why they don't. So let's move on to our last segment on Who's Dumber. We
Hmm.
get
Oh, it's not between me and you. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously you win that one. It's between me and you. But you're talking about the list you
whatever.
got. Go ahead. My bad.
all right. First, we go. Our first entry is the man that tries to rob a gun store.
That's high on my list
I
right
think
now.
he's got.
I'm
he's
not sure how he loses.
Well, I'll show you in just a second. We got Donna from USPSA.
yeah, pretty high up there.
Yeah.
I still think gun store robbers.
Yeah.
Beats that one.
Well, let's look at a liberal Supreme Court justice,
Oh man.
Justice Jackson. So I mentioned earlier the bump stock ban case is in
Yep.
front of the Supreme Court. So they're arguing about whether or not they're making the wrong argument, or the justices are looking at it the wrong argument. They're trying to determine whether or not a bump stock could be shoots like a machine gun.
Right.
That's not the argument. The argument is the ATF has no legal right to make a definition change.
Right.
The definition is
Yeah.
what it is, and the only group that can change that is Congress.
Yep.
And that's what they should be deciding, not whether or not bump stocks
Yeah,
are
they don't want to
shoot faster.
Yeah. Okay.
But here's a quote from our Justice Jackson. It's really not about the operation of the thing. It's about what it can achieve, what it's being used for. The function of this trigger is to cause this kind of damage, 800 rounds a second or whatever. Quote
That's
from our
fast.
justice.
800 rounds a second.
800 rounds a second.
My goodness.
But they
How much would
argued
that cost you a lot of money.
they argued that what she meant to say was 800 rounds a minute. Now, to shoot this gun, 800 rounds a minute, normally with what, 30 round magazines,
Yeah.
you'd have to change magazines 26, I'm trying to do the math in my head, 26.6? 26.6, somewhere around 26 times. You'd have to make 26 mag changes in that 1 minute. So it's nearly a mag change every 2 seconds. A little over every 2.5 seconds, something like that, 2 seconds. Was that
What
right?
am I doing? What am I doing now?
800 divided by 30.
30.
Yeah,
Oh,
30
you're talking
rounds
about magazines. Oh, my bad.
30 round magazine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd have to for somebody to shoot 800 rounds per minute, like they say this bump stock allows you to do, because there's no 800 round mags. Even if it were, there's no way that thing's going to work.
So you're getting almost 14 rounds per second and then changing mag 26 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty good shooting. That's pretty fast.
pretty
I
fast
don't even know why we didn't have machine guns at that point.
My average changing a mag on my pistol is about 1.45, 1.55. It's going to be longer than that on my AR, I guarantee you.
You got to have 26 mags on you
You got
somewhere.
26 mags on you.
Yeah. That's going to weigh you down.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is these people don't know what they're talking about.
No,
They just
not even those. I mean, you get this, even the, and which I hate this, they use the terms conservative and liberal justices. Why not just have justices that look at the
follow the
Constitution?
law.
And
Instead
interpret
of-
the Constitution the way it's supposed to be written. Not,
Instead of activists.
Yeah.
We don't. All we have is activists.
so, but even some of the questions they were asking is ridiculous, and they're really focusing on how the action of the bump stock. Absolutely unreal, thinking that it's the same as a automatic.
Yeah. That's it. So all right. So who are we gonna go with dumbest? Who you going with?
Well, I'm stuck between the justice.
Well,
The-
gun store robber or justice is definitely the two front runners.
You know,
I'm going to go with.
I'm going to go with gun store robber.
Are you? So I'm going the other way. I'm going with
The justice
justice-
has a bigger impact.
yeah, but huge impact on.
Most
On
everybody
her life.
thinks the way she does. It's not she's that
I know.
stupid. It's just she don't know. There's a difference between.
Because people are stupid.
Well, I think there's a difference between being dumb and being ignorant. And I think she's just ignorant of how guns operate. And there's a lot of people that are ignorant that are not stupid. They just don't know.
There's a lot of people that are stupid and ignorant.
Yeah, but I think she falls in just the ignorance of.
I don't know about
guns.
that.
Well,
Well, on guns maybe, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
overall,
On this subject, she's just ignorant of it. 'Cause
So-
she can't be dumb.
she can be dumb.
Well, I mean, she got through law school, so you're smart, but you're ignorant. Do you see what I'm saying?
Wow. You gonna get me going on this? You bait me on. You're not gonna get me in trouble again. I'm gonna go one episode without getting in trouble. So I'm not gonna say a word on that. Let's just leave it at the fact that you ain't got to be smart and get through law school. Let me just leave it at that.
I'm going gun store robber because that's just pure dumb.
I am now. Stand away from the other.
That's just pure dumb. I'm trying to
I
rob a
almost
gun
made it to
store.
the last episode. In the last 30 seconds, I get in trouble. I apologize for that, by the way.
Yeah. Let's not even revisit that.
Okay.
Heck, he could go back in the running for who's dumber. This is from the acorn shooter trying to kill that squirrel.
Yeah, that was good.
All right. That's all I got for today. You got anything else?
No, I think that's all I had.
Oh, you brought a lot to the show today, man.
I
You
bring
actually
a lot to every
That's
show.
the first time you actually.
No, it's
brought
not the
anything.
first time. I bring reviews all the time. Then I don't bring stuff.
No, good job.
I don't have the little book like you got, but I bring stuff.
I've been positive, trying to give you positive reinforcement.
No,
I'm
it's
telling you,
not.
good job. It's nice to have some help preparing the show.
Whatever.
That's all I got. We are Everything Guns.
We're out.